Well, I remember a couple years back I went to this zoo and I saw the craziest thing. Yeah, we were walking around, and me and a couple friends of mine were walking around. Then all of a sudden, we're checking out this gorilla, and the gorilla starts picking its nose. And I'm going like, what the hell? It picks its nose and basically it eats it. And then it turns around, it takes its finger, goes up its, and then it, what? And I'm going like, what the hell? I said, I came to the zoo for this. And then we're walking around and we see two lions having sex, and I'm going like, the hell is going on here?
What kind of zoo were you in?
Yeah, I said, is this like, what is this, the Masters of Sex or something? What's up with this? I said, it's a zoo. They're making this into some crazy stuff, but it's crazy. But I don't know. But zoos are nice, but...
Cool background.
Thank you. It's one of my favorite shorts at Slamdance. It's called Trammel. You can watch it. It's pretty good.
I'll check it out. I'll write it down.
Christopher, welcome. How are you this afternoon?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for you contacted me. Usually I'm reaching out to filmmakers at Slamdance to do interviews, but thank you for reaching out. I really enjoyed it. It was really there were so many different ways to see this movie, this short film. And was it someone that you knew that influenced Trammel? Is there a real, Dale out there?
The real Dale is the real Dale. He definitely brought a lot to the role. And originally, the idea was about my grandpa, retired, bored, going to the local grocery store just to kind of hang out, like, it's like, why is he going to the store every day? I don't get it. And then I would go with him as a kid and I would be like, oh, he's like making his rounds. He's talking to people, stuff like that. And that really stuck with me. So that was like the germ of the idea. And then I had known Dale for a couple of years, and it just seemed like a perfect way, like a perfect marriage between the two things, like idea and performer.
Was he playing a character, or was a lot of that Dale himself? Or
the stories were all true, so he's playing a version of himself, we'll say.
I was gonna say, because Dale's one of those people at a pharmacy that holds up the line. That's having. I mean, it happened to me. Was it today? Yeah, it happened today at the post office. There was an elderly gentleman who got his package at the window. I got a package I was waiting to pick up, and he went on for 5, 6, 7 minutes telling stories to the post lady. I was just like, and I thought, wow, this reminds me of Trammel, because it was actually happening. Because you kind of base this film, I understand that there's not a lot of public spaces or places, community centers, like people get to interact with each other, which is worse now with COVID. Everyone's locked up at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, hey, we're on Zoom now. This is like one of my main communications now. Like, this is all we get. So I definitely feel even more for that kind of person. But yeah, they're out there, and it's a lot. I feel bad for both people. I feel bad that they don't have an outlet, a place for them to go, people to talk to. And I feel bad for the employee, not so much that it's just like a waste of their time or whatever, but it's also just like it could be a lot for them to handle. And they're not always like equipped to handle when things get really serious. And, frankly, they're not paid to figure out how to handle these things or provide these things for other people.
Well, that's under normal circumstances. Under pandemic times, I mean, I found myself last year when we were in lockdown, the first couple of months, when we go out to the grocery store, I would like talk to strangers just to interact with somebody. And I saw they were doing that back too. They were just people just starting up conversations or about a product or just like say something. So I just felt that people needed that interaction, and your movie kind of just addresses that, how much we need human interaction. But I think that your film is a free form of filmmaking, because it seemed like there was no script, that you just had an idea, that maybe you went to Dale and said, you know what, here's a thought, or what do you think you're going to say to Muhammad?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much. So we had the general arc of what happens, and then I got an outline of it being like, here's where, the beginning, you have a funny story. And then the next one is like sort of funny, sort of personal. So it's just like you're peeling off the onion, peeling like a layer. It's just opening up a little bit more. And for Dale, I would be like, okay, here's a random thing. Tell me about circus. And then he would tell me about the circus. I'd be like, tell me about mustard. And he'd laugh at me, but then he'd be able to tell me about Mustard, like tell me a story, like, do you have a memory, something of that.
So you're
And
telling
it
me
just,
you said tell me about sperm bank? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
yeah, I don't know how that came up.
That went on a while. I was like, whoa, where's he going with this?
Yeah. God, yeah, I wonder what that was. I think he is a messenger. So that's what he does for a living. So maybe I just asked about work. No, I did not think. I didn't even know it was real. I didn't know that was a thing, that someone could deliver somewhere. It makes sense, but I didn't think about it.
I love the shot where he's sitting alone at the table and then he leaves and then he looks through the window exactly where he was sitting. And I guess, I don't know if it's a spoiler or not, the interpretation, the ending, because he went back to see Muhammad every time. It wasn't about anyone to speak to. He wanted to go back to speak to Muhammad. And when he wasn't there, I'm kind of, was it his day off? Was he dead? Because he looked kind of traumatized at the end of the film.
Yeah. I mean, I kept that kind of open. I think no matter what it is, even if he's not there, or if he disappeared for whatever reason, you still feel this like tremendous kind of impact. Very sad, very devastating. So it's like no matter what happened to him, it's just like he probably really needed him that day, and he's just not there. He's not available to do that, and that's his only outlet. So then what happens? Just this like pure devastation. This just like you're so flustered and you're trying to get someone else's attention. You're trying to do this, and it's just like you don't believe it. You even look again, where it's just like, is this actually happening? So yeah, it like does it. I mean, it certainly matters. Like, where is he? Where is Muhammad? I hope he's okay.
It was good.
But
You left the ending of the film with a question. It just didn't, you walked away thinking, is what I'm saying.
right, yeah. I mean, we're more linked to Dale, so like if we can feel what he's going through, that was.
Muhammad didn't say much. He was just like, "Hey, Dale, yes." He just worked while he told his story, right? And so what did you shoot Trammel on? It looked great, really great production values.
My DP is gonna kill me. I don't remember.
Oh my gosh.
I want to say, oh God, what is it?
Was it DSLR or something simple like that, or was it a little more complex? Or
no? Oh my God, was it maybe one of the Black Magics? He is gonna kill me.
You didn't look at the camera at all when you shot?
It's been so long. I mean,
hey, don't worry. I went to film school too, and I the least amount of time touching equipment is I'm not that kind of director or producer. I'm like, and I have people that are their strong points in filmmaking are the technical aspects, and they love that. I'm like, there you go. There's the camera. There's the lights. You figure it out. I'm gonna work with the actors. I'm gonna work on the story. So I just want to say it looked really good. It looked really, really smooth.
Thank you. Yeah, he's great. I mean, the thing. In my defense a little bit, we are shooting a kind of feature version of this, and the way it is that my DP Mitch, we're co-directing it, and we've shot on like many different cameras. So I'm just like, I wish we shot on an A7S, we shot on a Blackmagic, another one, a C300, maybe. So I'm just like,
it's one of them.
That's what we shot this on. C300.
Thank you. Don't edit it together.
No,
so a short film is a great practice ground for feature filmmaking, right? That's what your goal was. So you probably found out of all the shorts you've done, because you've done a lot of them, that this is the one that you felt that you could pull a feature out of.
Yeah, I mean, it's that kind of happy. It's that balance where it's just like Dale will really crack me up. He'll be so funny sometimes, but he also he can access like genuine humanity, genuine pain, and all of that. And he's down to do it. He's a very, very great performer, and a great person. So it was just like, this kind of makes sense. It's like, do you want to work again together and build something together, something longer, with, I think there's potential here. And it just kind of worked out that way. Because a lot of times it's just like, oh my God, this is too sad, but he could be funny sometimes. So it's that like balance of like all these different things at once.
And getting accepted to Slamdance, was that a great thrill?
It's been, I've wanted it for many years. So it's nice to be here, here. It feels good, and hopefully, hey, let's do it again. I hope they like me.
I hope so too. I liked your film, and I can't wait to see what you do next. And if you make a feature film out of this, let me know. We'll talk again soon, and good luck at the festival.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Thanks so much for having me on. This is great.